Everybody, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over the final T4 recommendations for the Emmarauders. We released, we being Punk, Yeti, and myself, a preliminary list to make sure that you guys knew some of the least what we consider to be essential upgrades. But we really wanted to get some gameplay in to do the entire list and to see if anything changed. So we were able to do that, and now we are issuing our final version of the T4 ranking. So let's just jump into it.
Bring me WolverThor!
So I always like to showcase Punk's beautiful work before getting deep into the list. As you can see, he has done another fabulous job here. Looking good. And a thing to point out, remember, don't forget, we put our positioning, our recommended positioning from left to right. So you can see here we've got Mystique, Emma, Mr. Sinister, Sabretooth, and Strife. And there are reasons for that, specifically to keep Mystique, hopefully, with the evade. So anyway, pay attention to that, and then we got our list. Like I said, Punk always does good work here. You can check this out here. We'll have it on our Discords as usual. We'll post this type of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the list. So let's go check it out. Okay, so Yeti and I go side by side here and rank each of these categories, and they get combined for the final list, and we kind of go back and forth and shift through those rankings. But this gives you the opportunity to see what each of us were thinking for each one of these categories. Sometimes we're dialed in. Actually, more than often, we're pretty dialed in. Sometimes we're not, and then a certain ability kind of falls in the middle of where we think it is. But at least you can see why we thought something. So right at the bottom of the list is Mystique's Ultimate. You can see here it's ranked 248 as far as the damage increase goes. I just wrote, this is a very bad damage increase, borderline just don't. Yeti's comment here is he's really disappointed with this ability. For how good Mystique is, it's just not worth the T4 cost. Nothing more to say there. It's really not a good upgrade at all. At 19, we are both in line here with Sabretooth's Ultimate, which comes in as an 133 best damage increase in the game. Categorized as a got T4s to spare. My comment is it's just okay. The 50% damage increase is just okay. The chain increase from 3 to 5 to 4 to 5, it's still pretty bad. Yeti's comment, sadly, this is a pitiful upgrade for a T4 cost. While this can be good at 6 red stars or higher, this is not a match-winning ability. Totally agreed. At 18, we both have Strife Special. It's a simple 5% extra barrier when he uses that ability. If this was for any taunt increase, I'd be all about it. But it's just when he uses his ability. So it's kind of fell down for me. Yeti's comment is, the extra barrier is nice, but the T4 cost for this benefit is really too low. It feels like there's a segment of the ability missing for this upgrade. Also agree. We're both with 17. We've got Emma's Basic. This comes in ranked as 54th on the damage increase. It is a 60% damage increase, and it's a nice bang for the buck. But her cooldowns are so short, I don't expect to use this a lot. It would be lower. It would be lower if the damage rank wasn't so high. So the damage rank is actually pretty decent, but you're really using a lot of her other abilities here. Yeti's comment: the ability text here in game is not really clear. Any attacks? Does this mean the ultimate usage gets an increased amount of damage? No, it does not. But the 60% increased damage can really come in handy when Emma Frost is in charged. Keep an eye out on this and manage your charge status well. Next up, we've got Mr. Sinister's Basic for myself, coming in at 16th, which is 127th ranked damage in the game. It's a 50% increase, which I say is just meh. The increased 30% chance for a guaranteed Marauder assist is really the ability that you're going to look here. If Mystique or Sabretooth had higher damage, then this would move up. So I'm kind of like, all right. So Sabretooth's Basic is what Yeti's got at 16. A very simple 40% upgrade in damage, but the real benefit is the assist. Couldn't agree anymore. This is why all of the basics are considered solid or higher. I've got Sabretooth's Basic at 15th. It's ranked 178th in the game. Assists get an additional 21% damage. You've got to look at MSF.gg to check that out. It's also 2% piercing. that they get from this T4 upgrade. And this would likely be the reason to use this T4 upgrade, but the damage rank increase is still pretty poor. The assists do stack up. If you have a strong Sabretooth, I would say this could be essential. So if you got a 6 or 7 Red Star Sabretooth, I would move this up. If you don't, I wouldn't even touch it. Coming at 15 for Yeti is Mr. Sinister's basic. The damage increase here of 50% is really not bad, and always calling a Marauder ally to assist is a great addition to the cloned ally. This would be ranked higher if you could guarantee the selection of the target cloned, but since Marauders and Emma Frost are going to be on war defense, this upgrade fell a few slots, and I agree with that. For 14, I've got Mystique's basic. Another really bad 40% damage increase here, but the reason you would do this is to copy a second positive effect up from 1. If Mags was an ally, then you copy all positive effects up from 3. I really wish that they had some sort of Sinister aspect to this. Maybe if Sinister was an ally, you copy 3, because this really should be better, and she's really paired up with Sinister now and not Magneto. I don't know, maybe the way the game will evolve, they'll jump them back and forth a little bit. We'll see. At 14th, Yeti's got Sabretooth special. While Sabretooth base damage is low, the attack percentages are nice and high. This is the highest rated damage ability for Sabretooth for a reason. Primary for the piercing damage if the primary target is taunting. This will really hurt your attackers. Now, for 13, I've got Mystique special. Another really bad 30% damage increase. But again, the reason for you would want to do this is to attack the third non-stealth target, which was up from 2, and if Sinister is an ally, then you flip 2 effects instead of 1. That's why you'd want to do this, and this ability really can't be undersold. This could very easily move up the list. I didn't love it. I mean, it was kind of like 1 extra target, 1 extra flip on each target. All right, I would have liked it a little bit more targets, and I would have settled for it'd probably be close to essential if it was more targets or more flips. Coming at 13 for Yeti was Mystique's basic, 1 spot up higher than mine. He wants to like this ability more, but on the Marauders team, it's just not there. The 40% damage increase justifies its rankings. Copying 2 positive effects also justifies the T4 investment. The last portion of the upgrade is not applicable due to Magneto being on another team. And I agree. Why isn't Sinister there? I've got 12 considered as a really good upgrade here. It's a couple spots higher than where Yeti had it. It's a 70% increase of the prime plus some piercing. If taunting, it's obviously sexy. Also some additional damage to the secondary target. So I had that one a little bit higher than Yeti. Yeti has Mystique special at the 12 spot, 1 spot higher than where I've got it. He ranks this ability high because of the opportunities that Mystique can knock enemies out of stealth. Granted, not many stealth using teams are attacking Marauders, but flipping the positive effects to negative effects is really good here. The damage increase is really mediocre. Coming at the 11th spot for myself is Strife's ultimate. It's got some damage here, orange purely because of the high damage increase. What's the damage increase? It's 35. It's ranked 35. So you hit a lot of people with this? Well, adjacent. So, you know, it's up there. It's also, you got to remember, it's a later turn ability. Yeti also has Strife Ultimate at number 11. His comments are, seeing a 60% damage increase is always exciting, and if you've completed Dark Dimension 3, you know what kind of damage these Strifes can do. I wish I'd have a Dark Dimension 3 Strife. Sadly, we don't get that level of awesomeness like Yeti says, but this damage output for a Protector is really nice. Don't underestimate this upgrade. Coming in at number 10, I've got Strife's Basic, also ranked 71st in damage. 50% more damage, but this is all about transferring all positive effects up from 3 from their target to Mr. Sinister. Now, the thing to think about here is this actually plays into Black Order's hands depending on the timing with Thanos' special. Because if you use this before Thanos' special goes and he flips the buffs, then Sinister's got a ton of debuffs on him. But it does play nice if you've got positive effects and no flipping from a Thanos, when Sinister has all of those special effects and uses his special to spread them everywhere. Yeti also has Strife's Basic at number 10. His comment is really good damage increase of 50%, and transferring all positive effects to Mr. Sinister is really, really good. Falls short of being essential. Coming in at number 9, Strife passive for myself. When a mutant villain ally drops below 50% health, He's gaining taunt now. So in this one, he gains 5% extra barrier, and then on war defense rather, he gains an additional 10% resistance for self and mutant allies, as well as 10% focus for self and villain allies. So I really like that. I thought it was pretty solid. Yeti's got it one spot above as an essential. In his 9 spot, he's got Mr. Sinister special, and his comment is, in my gameplay, if it's not, it is not often that Mr. Sinister has a lot of positive effects to spread. Probably 2 or 3, which occurs at level 5 of this ability. So the T4 upgrading spreading all to mutant and clone allies is really nice. I particularly enjoy the increased base heal and percentage of increased healing here. Number 8, I've got Mr. Sinister special, and I'm considering essential. I'm talking about transferring all the positive effects up from 3 from an ally Mystique to this character, and then spread all positive effects from this character. You're already spreading them to all the mutant and clone allies. Also, there's additional heal. Yeti covered it, same concept. At number 8, Yeti's got Strife's passive. His comment here is, while this ability is fairly low on the list, it provides a lot with the sheer amount of barrier spread when a mutant villain ally drops below 50% health. The increased barrier when Strife is taunting is considerable too, since it increases from 15% max health to 20%. Mutant allies gain 10% resistance is a nice touch. Villain allies gaining 10% focus is a good upgrade, especially as more and more teams are T14. Coming in at number 7, I've got Mr. Sinister's passive, 20% focus to self and Marauder allies, 10% max HP for self and Emma and Marauder allies, and you get some additional max HP on war defense. It's just solid, good stat boost all around. Coming in at 7 is Sabretooth's passive for Yeti. His comment here is, Sabretooth was a primary damage dealer on this team, and with this T4 ability upgraded, he has 100% assist with the other 3 Marauders. The total of 15% health healing is no small thing either. I have Sabretooth's passive at number 6. He already mentioned it. So there's some heal and the guaranteed chance to assist. Love it. Mr. Sinister passive is what Yeti's got at number 6 for himself. Grants 20% more focus. Mentioned the 10% health on war and defense, and another 10% health to the entire Marauder and Emma team. Mr. Sinister really offers a ton to this team. Coming in at number 5 for myself is Mystique's passive. On spawn, a 50% chance to gain evade, so it's now 100%. And then on war defense, if Mr. Sinister is an ally, you get an additional 50% chance to assist on non-attack abilities. Yeti also has Mystique's passive at number 5. Gaining evade at spawn is nice, but not the real value of this upgrade. This team has a fair amount of non-attack abilities, and Mystique is a primary damage dealer of the team. One thing to note here is that on these passive assist attacks, if you have Mystique basic T4, she will not copy positive effects. Man, I wish she did. That would have been awesome. At number 4, we both have Mr. Sinister's ultimate. It adds an ability to all levels of the character's clone. It's kind of enough said as far as I'm concerned. Yeti's comment is, this is the ability that makes every clone target operational, and this is an absolute staple in war defense and elsewhere when you use Mr. Sinister. Coming at number 3, we've both got Emma Frost's passive. My comment is, Strife thanks Emma for this. This helps keep him alive on and kicking on war defense. And it basically adds that guaranteed chance to apply a defense up for 2 turns to mutant villain allies. Yeti's comment here is, I rank this ability a little lower since it's war defense specific, but the defense up for 2 turns for all mutant villains is astounding for this team to hold up well in war. The real meat and potatoes of these abilities are in the early levels. At number 2, we both have Emma Frost ultimate, which clears all positive effects up from 3 from all enemies, and the mind control the enemy or ally character with the most damage to attack the primary target, plus 25% chance, which guarantees to control a second character. Controlled attacks gain additional 15% damage for this attack. This is really about clearing all the positive effects in my mind. And a Yeti's comment, clear all positive effects on the enemy team. Yow! Taking the 2 top damage dealers on the battlefield other than the target and mind controlling them to do even more damage. This ability is sick. I expect this ability to be an instant hit for anyone who unlocks her. Totally agree. That thing is amazing. And number 1, we both have Emma Frost special still. Clear all negative effects up from 3. From self and all allies. Apply immunity to all mutant allies or self. Again, up from 3. You get everything to everybody. Yay, love all over. Yeti's comment is, this is the ability that resets the expectations of the combination of Marauders and Emma Frost, clearing all negative effects and applying immunity to the mutant villain allies is backbreaking for the teams that have been enjoying success against this team, like AIM. So that's it. That's our list. That's what you got. Hopefully it's still helping you guys. We wanted to get towards the bottom of it, see how it evolved with the gameplay, get everything kind of done. So hopefully the way we did this helped you guys. Please come to the Discords. The links will be in the description below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Did we miss anything here? We always like chatting about stuff like that, so definitely come hit us up. So like I said, appreciate you guys stopping by. Hammer down that like button, notification bell, subscription button, widgets, gadgets, things, all that kind of stuff. Share with your alliance mates. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.